Hello again. I'm softy now, so that's something that's different from last time. But doing an updated version of that video I made a while back on how to quote unquote easily strum like Sean Bonnette of AJJ. I have since gotten way better at strumming like him. And so I'm going to show off what I've gotten so far. So if you remember last time we just started off with his boom chuck one. So that's the one you start with the boom chuck. So boom. And then you start bringing it faster and faster, like such. And then you go into the finger twitch, which I have since gotten way better at controlling. So we start with the boom chuck, go faster, and then into the finger twitch. And that's the opening progression to Rejoice. So there's that. And that's the only one I really went over last time. There's a couple more strumming styles he does. So, for example, in Brave as a Noun, he does the typical up, down, or down, down, up, down, up. So that one. So, like, but the intro is a bunch of quick down swipes, like such. So, if I do the first opening bit to Brave as a Noun, it'll be like this. Like that. So he does that. That's an easy one. Like, that's one of the first strumming styles you learn when you first start to learn how to play guitar. So that one's pretty easy. Now, the one that I left out last time, the reason I left it out was because I wasn't too good at it myself. I couldn't quite do the strumming style how it was supposed to be. And it's this weird one. So it's like, if you've ever heard a drummer go like boom boom ch da da boom 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 ch, like da 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 da, it's kind of like that, like it's better if I play it with a song that uses it. So one that I know uses it is shit. What's one that uses it? What is an AJJ song that uses the God, I must have played it recently. I play AJJ songs a lot. This is just gonna be a weird couple awkward moments while I try to remember what songs. Like, I guess I can just fucking do it, I guess. I'm gonna leave that part in because it's one thing I've noticed when I've watched the live performances that Sean Bonnette does. Sometimes he like blanks on his own lyrics, and I've definitely done that myself. Like, it's something. So it's like Oh, you know what? American tune. So it's like... Oh, then there's another one, Hate Song for Brains. And so it's like a bunch of down strikes, but you throw in this little twist thing. So it's... But it sort of starts as like a... So it's like the initial part of it is just a bunch of down strikes on the top, or I guess the 4th through 6th string. So low E, A, and D. So it's like if I play a D chord, or let's just play it C, keep it easy. So dun dun. So he goes, that's where you want to start. And I've seen this other video. Who's it by? Let me check here real quick. I've got YouTube open because I live on YouTube. YouTube and TikTok. Those are my video places. I live off of those. How to strum like Sean Bonnette. Also, I want to thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. Thank you for getting my video to be the #1 option. But, there's another video that came out 2 years before I made mine. Or about a year before I made mine, somewhere around there. By Mike, I'm gonna fuck up his last name. Mike Wench. Am I saying that right? I don't know. It's by Mike Wench. Gotta be Munch. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's by this guy. It's the second option on YouTube. Or the second result. Surprisingly, the third result is an interview with Sean Bonnette himself on his own strumming. That's how I learned it. Just to give you a bit of insight. That's how I started learning. I watched this interview from Yamaha. Anyway, the guy, Mike, here, Mike, only gives one of the strumming styles. He doesn't do the boom chuck one. Or, well, from what I understood of the video, he mixed up how the boom chuck is done and Sean's technique for this one I'm about to show. So, the boom chuck that Sean does is just the typical, you start with your thumb down. You do thumb, nail down, thumb, nail down. That's how you do a typical boom chuck, and then you move, like if you're playing a C string, really only with the C string, you move your ring finger up and down like that. So it's to go, and you move your thumb back and forth, so it's like... So that's something I covered in my first video on this whole thing. But, what Mike said was that for that technique, Sean does this like claw thing with his like fingers here, minus the pinky, and he puts his thumb behind it. While Sean does that, he doesn't do it for the boom chuck method. He uses his pointer, middle, and ring finger, and he puts his thumb behind it in like this claw motion, in this claw gesture sort of thing. And mostly he uses his nails. Well, he uses his nails for most of his strumming, but it's like that. And what he does is, for this strumming method, he goes, I can only do it with like all of my fingers, so just adapt it to how you play. Like in the interview Sean did, he says that he got his boom chuck strum, the weird finger twitchy part of it, from trying to imitate Kimya Dawson, and he ended up with a facsimile of it. And I basically ended up with a facsimile of his facsimile. So, like, it's gonna change based off of how you learn it. Because if you try to go exactly for what one person does it's gonna change. That's just how it works. And so I can only do it if I use all my fingers, but it's like, so there's this part, and then if you have you have like a boom boom bam, boom boom bam, like the initial part of a boom chuck, with a couple extra starts and without plucking. So that's how you start it. And then from there, you do, it's sort of like a flamenco kind of thing. You do up, down, but you do it very quickly. A lot of Sean Bonnette's strumming is very fast, very chaotic. So, to preview it whole in its entirety, it'd be kind of like that. Of course, it'll take you a while to, like, I can go as fast as the song, I can go as fast as We Shall All Die Alone, like, Hold on. My arm's a bit tired. So there's that part, and then going into Forest Fire, I can also go that fast. You see, let me tell you, playing those two songs one after the other, because We Shall All Die Alone transitions right into Forest Fire, which was that second one. Playing those two back to back is insane. One last thing, but I hope you get the general idea. So you start with like this simple 3 strum on the top, or relative to you looking down at the guitar, the top 3 strings, so low E, A, and D. Or well, I guess if you're a lefty, it'd be the bottom 3. So it's 3 strums on the low E, A, and D strings, the 6th, 5th, and 4th respectively. So playing a C chord, but you do 2 strums that are just those 3, it's 2 strums on the 3 low strings, and then you do 1 full strum on the rest of the string. So, and then on that down, you come back up, but with your nail. That's why he has the thumb behind there, kind of like this. So it's... So you end up with something like... And then you just make it faster, so... And then one last thing I want to talk about. Sorry, it's super hot up here in my room, so I'm getting a bit sweaty. One last thing I want to talk about is just the idea of transitioning between songs with AJJ songs. It's a bit hard at first because he ends up changing strumming styles very quickly. So like, for example, from We Shall All Die Alone into Forest Fires, he starts off at, so we shall die alone someday, and he goes, I hope we don't die alone. So the thing I would recommend for if you want to be able to do that is just listen to the songs back to back that have transitions between them, and then or at least transitions straight into more playing, because sometimes they have transitions with dead space in between, but basically, like, just listen to them and play along with them until you get used to it. For example, with Brave as a Noun into Survival. So you got, let's see. It just days to get out of bed in the morning. Yeah. But, yeah, so if you want to learn how to transition between them, the songs that have transitions, just play along with the songs and you'll get it. You won't be as fast as I am, like initially. I said that in the first video, I'm saying it again. You will not be as fast at first. And don't get discouraged. It's hard. That video I made 6 months ago, and I only got this good, like, maybe, oh god, it had to have been, like, within the past couple of months. It's been a while. I've been working at it almost a year. And I'm only getting more and more accurate. So, yeah, that's basically it. Peace. Vape Nish. Soft boy out. Soft